When you think of Alice in Wonderland, what do you think? Are you the type to instantly think of the soft pastels of Disney? Or were you the type to actually remember a quiet afternoon while reading the novels? Mayhaps it's the Tim Burton live-action Disney film with its oversaturated shots. Maybe you're a bit of an oddball and think of a little girl asking you and your friends to die for her in the nicest way possible. Or maybe, just maybe, you're the type to think of not a Wonderland, the nightmarescape of American McGee's Alice. If you're the type who thinks of this horrid nightmare of a Quake clone, then consider yourself blessed, or you're the type to truly enjoy this video. For I'm about to ask the age-old question that no sane person has ever asked. How many slices of a butter knife does it take to slice a card in half?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
Howdy ho folks, it's your multiversal medium here with something completely different. Today we're trying to beat this game while only using the Vorpal Blade. Now if you're the type of person who hasn't dived headfirst into American McGee's Alice, there's a few things you need to know. 1. It's a Quake clone, made in the Quake engine, meaning that, at its roots, it's a boomer shooter from the golden era of the genre. Secondly, is I'm about to use the worst weapon in the game to try and beat it. If you don't play boomer shooters because you're the type of person who considers RPGs the truest culture and meta of gaming, just know that every entry tends to have an obscenely weak attack that's simply there if you run out of ammo. Doom's Punch, Half-Life's Crowbar, and American McGee's Vorpal Blade. And thirdly, most people seem to have forgotten this game, or if they know it, hold little to no desire to ever play it. This is due to the fact that playing this game on modern computing hardware takes all of 30 minutes of setting up, and the ability to actually read and follow instructions. And as we all know, anything that is not as convenient as placing an item into a microwave and hitting one button is too much effort for a majority of the general populace, even when the game is completely free to play nowadays, and can even be played with a controller or portably on a Steam Deck. Heck, this entire series was recorded on my Steam Deck. But with all that out of the way, let's hop right in. The opening cutscene works well as a primer for the plot at large, and gives us all the info we need to know before playing the game really.
Wake up, Dormy. It's time for the tea party. Hush, the cuckoo.
I've got one. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Oh dear, oh dear.
We must save Alice.
Wake up, Alice, wake up!
Mom? Dad? Alice? Mom! Father?
I can't sleep!
Get out, Alice!
Save yourself, Alice! Get out of the house!
Our titular Alice survived a house fire and suffered severe mental trauma because of it, ending up in a mental asylum. She's nearly comatose as time moves onward, until her childhood toy bunny calls her back to Wonderland in order to face her past.
Save us, Alice!
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We've now got a call to adventure paired with a twist upon the well-known setting and story of the two Alice novels. I love a good spin-off that doesn't deny or rewrite the classic it's based off of. That being said, the grimdark visuals and the fact that this is a Quake clone is enough to clue most in that this trip down memory lane isn't going to be
Please
pleasant.
don't dawdle, Alice. We're very late indeed.
You've gone quite mangy, cat, but your grin's a comfort.
And you've picked up a bit of an attitude, still curious and willing to learn, I hope.
A bit of exposition from our favorite mangy cat, and we can grab the bread and butter knife of this entire playthrough, the Vorpal Blade. It's a knife and a shooter, so that's enough to really know where it stands. But beyond being a shitty melee option in a game where distance is the only way to survive, it also has a throw option that does a bit of extra damage, at the cost of being slower than molasses to return to our hand. This is going to be our only means of damage this entire game. So if you're playing along at home because, I don't know, you're a masochist or something, make sure every throw counts, unlike me, a YouTuber who's been on record many times saying I suck at aiming and shooting in games. Nah, but seriously, as a heads up, don't do this challenge. It kills the fun. Anyways, back to it. From here on out, we're at the mercy of this game's whimsies as we try and help Alice on her journey through her traumatic past. On fun. Or so I'd say if this game wasn't also a platformer. Yeah, so as we make our way deeper and deeper into this game, we're thrown a curveball out of nowhere and are told this mouse and keyboard Quake clone actually wants precision platforming. It doesn't go well. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, this one segment, paired with the rooms after it, took me like an hour plus to get through, and is the closest in modern years that a game I've played has demanded I get good, as people like to say. I didn't even have this sort of issue with S&T boss fights back when I was learning that game's systems. Anyways, a series of death pits and screaming banshees later, and I finally learned that I suck at this game. But worry not, viewer, because the game knows I suck too, and has decided to let us get a proper education at the local schoolhouse.
There's a bit more to do than you suggested, don't you think?
I remember my first play. I was the angel for a rendition of The Birth of Jesus. I had a speech impediment, and when I gave my line, everyone in the theater laughed. I've still yet to mentally recover. What were we talking about? Oh, right, school. Yeah, turns out both IRL and in-game, school sucks, and you end up with a shitty partner for your science project who won't do jack effing shit. So after doing all the legwork, Papa Smurf over here will take our entire essay and say we did it together, earning us a B or something. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't check my report cards, they make me feel small. Or is it the fact that Papa Smurf gave me a shrinking potion? Either way, I feel like ignoring such things until later is a better course of action. After all, we're now in the Vale of Tears, the stage that most people who play this game say is their least favorite. As for me, well, I personally find this stage so what we've got here is a stage that's platforming centric and filled with ants who are good at shooting you.
What you say? Oh, that you only meant well, 'cause you did.
Add the killer fish.
What you say? Oh, that you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say?
Some bombs being dropped on you, and well,
What you say? What you say? What you say? Oh, that you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, 'cause it is. What you say?
this place sucks for a normal playthrough. It's endlessly worse for a pipsqueak like me, who can only do chip damage, and that's only if I can actually hit things. Yeah, the stage wasn't fun. You know what is fun, though?
It's the match of the century and the one you've been waiting for. The two heavyweights of the industry are finally meeting in the ring for one no-holds-bar, anything-goes match. The Duchess, cannibal of little people and always hungry for a win, will be defending her title against the new up-and-comer, Alice, the world's newest goth GF we've all come to know and love. Will the Duchess bite the hand that feeds, or will Alice show her what she's really thinking behind that smoldering glare? The only way to find out is watch. Pre-order your tickets now or tune into Multiversal Medium, your one-stop shop for the greatest...
Okay, we're done. Enough of that. Okay, so first boss fight, a go-go, baby. To be blunt, there's not much to discuss here. All we're doing here is running in circles and throwing knives. We do this enough and we might just get a turtle back his shell long enough to learn how to swim while sniffing fart bubbles or something.
Simple thank you would have been nice.
I'm not really joking when I say that, by the way.
Part of the bargain, turtle.
Fair enough. I'll take you on a trip. Hover around my bubbles. Cuddle up to them. Never leave them. You'll muddle through.
Anyways, we can now swim and it's whatevs. It's so whatevs, it may lure you into a false sense of security, which is bad. Because the next stage broke me mentally. So what we've got is infinitely respawning bomb-dropping enemies, really shitty placed tough enemies in a mushroom forest. This is paired with the fact that I suck at aiming, and well, I was stuck here for a long time. It's not all bad. We caught up to the white rabbit after all. Oh, that's... Oof. Oh shit, man, I'm just gonna go, yeah, don't mind me. After all, we've got other stuff to do, like crawl through a maze, and evade an Indiana Jones style boulder, and get a vision quest from a caterpillar.
But Rabbit never told me why. And now he's gone.
While also getting abducted by a militarized ant organization. Did that last bit sound a bit weird to you? If so, what sounded weird about it? The fact that ants kidnapped me, or the fact that they're basically Nazis? We'll put a pin in that thought. Save it for later when I refuse to answer such things. After all, we've got another boss fight now. This is the Centipede General, the one thing standing between us and making our way deeper into this personal hellscape we call Wonderland. And honestly, she's a wall. I say she due to her large size and the fact that she spits out alien facehuggers to try and eat Alice, but feel free to correct me down below. I'll promptly ignore whatever you say. Now then, this fight is a bit more difficult than last time, mainly because we don't even do chip damage when we hit her. No, we actually do no damage. She's invulnerable to our attacks. At least, that is until she rears up and exposes that good weak spot. Okay, yeah, so this boss's obvious weak spot, turns out they either programmed it wrong or just suck at giving the knife proper hit detection. Because we're not wrong in attacking that spot, it's just finicky. Anyways, a bit of buggy nonsense later, and we can make our way to... You know, when I said personal hellscape, I was being figurative, right? Okay, across the pit of lava to grab a stick, down the esoteric echoing caves, past the ever-annoying ghost, and off to the newest circle of hell that they just added due to high demand. The Chess Kingdom. If you thought the game had annoying enemies so far, wait until you see the bishops here. These guys. These effing guys. So you know what's good about boomer shooter style games? The ability to move quickly and react to an enemy's attack pattern while punishing them for it. They're like faster paced FPS Dark Souls games in that regard, and I'm not even joking. The genre has evolved to that degree. But you know what throws a massive wrench in that and all strategies to better deal with enemies? An enemy that shoots a laser that instantly homes in on you and is undodgeable. No windup, no dodging, just endless lasers to the effing face. I hate these enemies so effing much that their mere involvement in the stage is enough for me to despise the entire Chess Kingdom. When I genuinely thought the aesthetic and the chess puzzles until now were honestly kind of fun. Oh well. You don't need to be in hell to know that the first bit of joy you have when playing chess is quickly overshadowed by the bullshit that is your enemy sniping you from across the board. So we move ever onward to see the queen get kidnapped. The king in all his wisdom wants us to either A, save her, or B, get him a new wife. We'll keep that in mind as we delve deeper. Because now we're in the red chess kingdom, and we gotta make our way ever deeper to save that queen. We've got to make our way ever deeper to get that king a new wife. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, new wife. Now the main thing between us getting the chess king a bit of sloppy is this cock block of a different chess king. Boss fight time. Chess king is both simple and difficult to fight. This is because I either A, enter a genius savant state, or B, a bumbling nincompoop state when playing games with no in between. That and he hits hard, but there's health respawning infinitely in every boss fight, a simple fact I was forced to learn because of this one. Anyways, keeping up the pressure is enough to corner our opponent into a nice checkmate. We drop our pocket pawn and have her turn into a new queen by reaching the end of the board. A chess mechanic that, as far as I'm aware, only 2 people know, myself and this game's devs. Well, with that done, all is well in the chess kingdom. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, it turns out this game called Life is actually highly rigged and never in our favor, as this stage is about to truly showcase. So let me ask you, viewer, do you like mazes? How about funhouse mirrors? And if I were to say giant rocket shooting murder mechs, would that be a smash or pass on your end? How about unsolvable mirror mazes with murder mechs sprinkled in? Yeah, that's rough. I just tabulated the results. You're certifiably cuckoo for loco stuffs, so asylum time for you and Alice. But don't worry, with the wonderful staff here at Asylum, we have just what you need. Giant needle-armed mask spiders. These guys always do great work by leaping across the entire room and destroying your vision if they hit you. By the end of this stage, you'll be so mad at this game that you'll fit right in. Okay, enough joking around. This stage tested my limits like never before, and I'm not even joking. Each murder mech takes like over 10 hits to kill, and if they hit you once, they, like every enemy, can either do chip damage or 95% of your health bar in a single hit. I don't know why it's either one or the other, but it's annoying and I hate it. You add the spiders and the fact that you need to kill them to progress, and I had to look up a game FAQ at this point. When I did, God, did I learn something that changed the entire game up until now and ever onward. This game actually has a super unique mechanic that I have not been using up until this stage. A mechanic that I, as an idiotic console player for most of my life, could never even consider. It was beyond my scope of comprehension even. This game has save states. Bruh. Yeah, quick save anywhere and everywhere and reload. I'd been beating each and every stage up until now without dying, since every time I did die, I would have to restart the entire stage. So this was absolutely brutal until now. And the main reason various earlier stages were so traumatizing. But now with save states, we can easily save scum our way through these spiders while smashing a few clocks for good measure all the way to the control room. Here we'll find our next boss, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Now, I know Alice walking into this room with them seems like the start of a certain type of media, but don't worry. These guys, instead of grabbing Alice while licking their lips, decide to split open and clone themselves. So it's fine. Totally fine. Oh, this is so fine right now. This is absolutely, positively fine. This is the finest of fine. Oh. Yeah, easy peasy. It was more anxiety inducing than difficult, I guess. Huh. Okay, next stage time. We're only about halfway through the asylum at this point, and we still have to take out its owner. But reaching him's gonna be a bit difficult. First, we're gonna have to go into his naked puzzle basement and get exposition from someone besides Mangy Cat for once.
Uncle Touchy's naked puzzle basement. You won't wear a shirt and you'll cry.
Dormy, wake up! Someone's come to release us!
I sent those lyrics to Bob Seger. He has never answered any.
Then make our way up to our new bestie of all time chained up. This is Chad Thundergriffin, owner of the Massive Lion Cock, and he's my new best friend. Oh, anyways. Let's take a quick break for some tea and get low-key lost because I had zero clue what this room wanted me to do in it. And make our way directly past the leader of this asylum to pull a lever instead because F that guy, he's weird. In fact, he's so weird that I've decided no, I'm not walking past him, I'm gonna fight him instead. Yeah, boss fight time again. We're reaching the end point of this game bit by bit, and the devs had kind of a quota of allegorical traumas to dish out, so bear with me. This fight goes something like this. A giant man appears and slaps a child, only to then throw teacups. This upsets everyone, so he runs away and starts a PR campaign with robots. This makes everyone forgive him, so a giant man then shows up, slaps a child, and throws teacups. More robots, more slapping. The teacups are rockets. More robots, more tea, more slapping, more robots. I'm late for my dance recital and my parents are disappointed in me. More slapping, tea for everyone, including the robots, but they don't like tea and choose to die instead. More rockets, I mean teacups. Lots of slapping. My parents think I should have gone to college and applied myself. More slapping. Anyways, once that's all said and done, we can consider this hour-long boss fight behind us. It took me an hour because I save stated into a dead state at one point and had to restart the entire fight. But even then, this one took a while. Like, even the guides say this fight is easy and you can maybe even two-cycle it. So it was legit just me paired with my shitty chip damage dealing butter knife that made this last so long. But enough of that. With the Hatter done and dead, we can escape with the help of our new bestie Chad Thundergriffin, owner of the Massive Lion Cock, and get back to some actual progression. So we're slowly reaching the heart of the matter when it comes to Wonderland, both literally and figuratively, and only have one last pit stop before we can start raiding the Queen of Hearts fortress. The issue is, well, that pit stop is actually Alice's childhood home. You know the one. We had a whole opening cutscene that laid the groundwork for this entire game's plotline when it burned down. Yeah, that one. Yeah, turns out Alice's childhood home and the fire that took it is the crux of the trauma she's forced to face today. Who would have thunk it? Well, if you did, you probably didn't expect the personification of Alice's survivor guilt to be a bug-faced android dragon, because, well, if you did, I'd be genuinely surprised. Like, who the hell even puts bug-faced android dragon on a bingo card to begin with? Anyways, new boss fight time. We've got the Jabberwocky, the classic quest beast that is well deserving of a nice snicker snack of our Vorpal Blade. Just slice them in twain. The issue with that being is, well, this boss fight rocks my socks so cleanly off that I've been doing this entire script barefooted until now. So, some traumas run deep. And this fight is a showcase of that for both Alice and me. The arena is a weirdly shaped floating platform that is a lot easier to fall off than it should be when strafing. That alone is enough to make the fight difficult by making your only means of dodging and gaining room a literal death sentence. But the Jabberwocky actually summons ads during this fight in the form of Jabber Spawn, an enemy that honestly is a whole beast in its own right. They're dangerous from any distance with fatal lunges and deadly lasers. They're one of the worst type of enemies to interrupt anything you're doing in this game, much less having them show up during an actual boss fight. Yeah, the strategy here is to I honestly don't know. I was getting absolutely roasted this entire fight every time I tried it. And then just one time, Chad Thundergriffin, owner of the Massive Lion, showed up and threw me a bone by challenging the Jabberwocky to a totally hetero sword fight while flying off into the distance together. As for what triggered that, I don't know. I feel like I heard a weird noise from the Jabberwocky's pocket mid-fight. So yeah, no clue. Strategy is survive, I guess. Moving on, we're finally reaching the end. All we've got to do is take the Jabberwocky's one-eyed rod and use it to pierce open the Queen of Hearts gates? Who the F wrote this? Like, yeah, I know allegory, figurative imagery, trauma, etc., but like, bit on the nose. Even when considering the plot that continues in the sequel. Whatever. We're officially in the worst stage of the entire game. It's a hedge maze. But unlike the fun type of hedge maze where the greatest thing you need to fear is a swarm of hornets in every trash can, instead we need to deal with a swarm of enemies that spawn based on triggers. The triggers being where Alice is walking. Turn a corner and go down a hallway?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Well, then you triggered this game dev's trap card, and now there's 5 super strong enemies with homing rockets right in front of you.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Even if you clear out the entirety of this maze, retracing your steps will just make the enemies respawn. This fact, paired with it being a maze, is honestly just devious. But not as devious as making the player have to re-walk through the entire map to get the child that's meant to open the door for you. Yeah. This is bad. But like I said, it was the worst stage, so it's all low-key uphill from here. What follows is a series of stages that, although difficult, aren't nearly as heinous in design philosophy. The skills earned when playing up until now, paired with save states, ought to carry even the most simple of players to the next boss. Is that the Chad Thundergriffin, owner of the Massive Lion? Oh. Oh. Oh shit. Okay, so I want you all to know, no matter if he's a manifestation of past trauma or not, what we need to do is not panic. After all, there's no way he could beat me in a sword fight, for I've studied the blade. I take back everything I said, panic. Wait. No jabber spawn? Easily exploitable AI? Is this easy? Or have I finally achieved the zen of getting good? Whether it's the fact that this fight is just easy, I found a wondrous exploit, or I've just officially gotten good this late in the game, I really don't care. I've got this Jabberwocky fight in the bag. Do you honestly think switching phases mid-fight will save you? I've studied the blade. Who knew conquering your inner traumas could be so cathartic? I should do this more often. Okay, it's officially the 11th hour, and we have only one place to go. To the heart of the beast that's twisted Wonderland into this disgusting hellscape mimicking our childhood. We're going to be tasked with charging the castle, piercing its defenses, making our way into its deep, fleshy walls, and okay, stop. I get the imagery. We're done, moving on. The final stage is deep within the castle walls and tasks us with unlocking the throne room.
Queen, my lower incisors for the queen. Where is that wretched creature?
To do this, we have to solve a puzzle based on 3 bosses we've already defeated. And it kind of just amounts to walking back and forth in this 4-room long stage. So it's not bad, honestly. The main issue is that enemies respawn after each step of the puzzle, and that the music calls to my soul in a way few soundtracks do, with its eerie, maddening tempo mixed with childlike wonder. But after all that, we can finally make it to the boss. Upon doing so, our exposition in the form of a mangy cat will offer us some final words of advice.
Bravery and I are not on intimate terms. My natural curiosity is tempered with caution. Thus I've lived long. But now, ignoring my instinct to flee or fib, I speak the truth without regard to consequence. Your courage deserves no less. You've suffered great pain, and you've caused some. You've endured deep grief and feelings of guilt, but you will be tested by a more wrenching anguish, Alice. There is worse to come. You and this Red Queen cannot both survive. You are 2 parts of the same...
Never mind, we're going in blind. So the Queen of Hearts boss fight is a good deal of artistic marvels, a large amount of allegorical figurative possibilities, and a metric crap ton of basic pattern recognition. Now, I don't feel like talking about the first 2, but the last one is something I've been trying to master since the start of this game. After all, if there's anything dangerous about this fight, it's only the fact that we do less than a fraction of damage per shot. So we're going to be stuck here for a while. Oh, all that and the fact that, and I'm certain I've gone on record about this before, but I absolutely, positively, completely and utterly suck at aiming. So the Queen of Hearts, besides all the attacks she does, and all the patterns she does them in, she also does this super effing annoying thing that I could not for the life of me comprehend or deal with. She moved in a very recognizable pattern at a steady, unchanging pace. What do the devs mean by this? What could they possibly be hinting at? Is it a statement against game design and expectations? Is it an allegory to say where we move in life is predetermined? Or is it simply just the fact that I suck at hitting a very slowly moving target? This isn't much of a surprise, just more of an endless annoyance that is going to drag this fight out even longer than it would take if I was good at video games. But worry not, my dear viewer, for you know, as do I, for you've seen it, and I have proven it. I shall persist. It'll just take an agonizingly long time before we finally butter the bread that is this final boss. And upon doing so, Ew, what the fuck? Ew, gross, gross, gross. Seriously, what is wrong with the people who made this? That is fucking disgusting.
Your interference will not be tolerated. This realm is for grown-ups.
Raw, well-ordered, ruthless, careening on the jagged edge of reality. Self-pitying dreamers are not wanted here. They cannot survive here. You fear the truth. You live in shadows. Your pathetic attempts to reclaim your sanity have failed. Retreat to the sterile safety of your self-delusions, or risk inevitable annihilation. If you destroy me, you destroy yourself. Leave now, and some hollow part of you may survive. Stay, and I will break you down. You will lose yourself forever!
Okay, it's officially time to panic. We're so deep into Alice's psyche that if we take one wrong step, we'll fall into the bottomless abyss of self-hatred. Oh, that, and there's a gigantic flesh amalgamation of every monster we could ever be afraid of thus far. Feel free to kind of pick and choose whichever of those two you want to panic about. Just be quick about it. If you stay still during this stage, you die. But once more, worry not, oh viewer. With all the things I've learned up until now, I can and will begin save scumming my way through this fight one way or another. You know, I really should have thought about whether or not save scumming could be considered cheating in a challenge like this. You know what, I just realized I don't care. So this boss has several things going on with it. One, its limbs shoot projectiles based on earlier bosses. Those limbs are totally hittable and destroyable, by the way. Something the guide I read never even mentioned, because apparently most people don't do that, I guess. That's probably because most people who play this game up until this point are either A, a good shot, or B, using a weapon that kills this boss in a timely manner. Both of those points are completely irrelevant to me because A, I'm not shooting, I'm throwing, and B, I'm using a godforsaken butter knife to cut down a meat mass the likes of which wouldn't look out of place in an Akira reboot. Anyways, this mass of nightmare flesh given form moves from platform to platform. And the only thing you need to worry about is not being on the platform it's next to. After all, if you are, you're gonna have a bad time. But those two things mean whenever it does that, we need to very carefully jump our way to the next safe haven and take a few pot shots before rinsing and repeating. I've already been on record about how the platforming in this game is. Pair that with homing explosions and the fact that the bottomless abyss is an instant death. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't know if this boss is even beatable without save scumming. I mean, it's not like I've got a fistful of boomstick I could just grab and use. Oh. The guide says there's a boomstick on this stage to pick up specifically for this boss fight. Huh. Well, that's irrelevant all the same, for I am a YouTuber of culture who plays games in cultural ways. Like with phallic-shaped Pokemon filled with goo that could burst at the lightest touch.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, never mind, forget I said anything. Anyways, was that side tangent long enough to distract you from the fact that I just killed the final boss? Was? Good, because the final boss is dead. It took way too long, like everything related to this challenge, I swear to effing God, but it's done. It's over with. Credits roll. We've officially beaten American McGee's Alice with only the Vorpal Blade. Good stuff. While the credits are going, do y'all mind indulging me for a little bit longer? Don't worry, it's nothing serious, I just want to ramble. I won't be too long. After all, this challenge was recorded all the way back in late 2024, and I'm only getting this up in what, 2026? To be blunt, this challenge run was difficult to get out there and in your guys' hands for a lot of reasons. Between IRL stuff, redoing the script, this is what, the 4th version now? And just general apathy towards working on this project. It took a minute, so sorry about that. Beyond that though, I am planning on more challenge content or essay style stuff if you liked this. They ought to be coming out quicker and quicker as I kind of figure out how I want to do this format. So if that sounds fun to you, please take the time to subscribe, maybe comment, like the video. It helps it reach the hands of other people like yourself and helps out the channel a lot, honestly. Also, I do have a Twitch if you'd like to see me live while recording these kind of series. And lastly, if you liked this game and want to see the entire playthrough of each stage, I have a complete version of this challenge run on my channel with no commentary, so you can just enjoy the game in its entirety. Okay, that's it. Talk to you all later, and ciao.